What's going on? Welcome back to another episode, topic of discussion. I am your host, Miles Berry. Without further introduction, let's get right into it. So today, I want to do a part two to forgiveness. I talked about the four people you must forgive, and I think I did one more, but I think this will be a part two. So I'm gonna make it a part two. We're gonna do a part two to forgiveness. So a lot of times we like to hold pain and trauma and how people hurt us and how people hinder us moving forward, how people hindered us in a relationship, how people hindered us or held us back from opportunities. We hold that over people's head, right? And sometimes we don't ever let it go. We'll hold that to the day we die. Like that's something we'll take to the grave. Because you did this, I missed this opportunity. I feel like this was the opportunity of a lifetime. So I can never get that time back. I can never get that opportunity back. So therefore I can never forgive you, right? Also, maybe things that we did in our past, the trauma that we put ourselves through, the pain, the trauma, the pain, the frustration, every single piece of pain that we put ourselves through in the journey to where we are now. Sometimes we don't forgive that part of us, right? And we hold that against us moving forward. It's like instead of forgiving, you know how people say sometimes, I forgive you, but I'm not forgetting what you did. And those are two different things. But sometimes we don't forgive and we don't forget. And at the same time, as you don't forget, you still hold that whatever happened, if it's yourself, it's the trauma you went through, or the opportunity that you missed because of someone, or how someone's hindered you, your future or moving forward, you hold that against them. You don't forget, and you also don't let it go. And again, like I said before, I want us to forgive everything and everyone that has caused trauma in our life, and that's including ourselves, right? Because as you get better, as you heal, and as you grow, you start to realize that pain, that trauma, those relationships that you're not letting rekindle, if you want those to rekindle, you're not letting those happen because you don't want to let go of the situation that happened. And you know how sometimes you're growing as an individual, and sometimes if that person hurt you, they're growing as well, right? And if you grew out of a situation, you wouldn't want somebody to hold that against you for the rest of your life, right? Now, granted, when I'm speaking on this, I'm not talking about abuse or some type of pain they caused where it destroyed you. Like it's almost like this was life or death. Now, I completely understand, but I'm talking about things where it was, it was, we were younger, we didn't understand, but at the same time, I'm holding this against you for the rest of my life. I was young and dumb. I made bad decisions. I went down bumpy roads, and now I can't forgive myself because I'm in the position that I'm in. So I refuse to forgive the past version of myself. But we don't understand sometimes that if we don't forgive that past version, it's hard for us to move forward. And I know you guys heard me say this before, but this is very true. And start applying it to your life, and you can see for yourself and not just hear me saying it, right? And I'm speaking on it because I went through this and I'm still going through this where I'm trying to forgive my past mistakes. I'm trying to forgive people in my past, and I'm forgiving myself because sometimes we have to take accountability. And I'm like, I can sit here until I'm blue in the face and say, oh, okay, well, this happened with this person because, oh, look at what they did, or they didn't want to be there for me then. But at the same time, look at what I was doing inside of that relationship, right? We always like to see things from one side or one perspective, and it makes everything one sided. So as I step back and start and stop looking at it from just my perspective and from a broad view, I see I'm like, man, I was wrong too. And they are relationships that I want to rebuild. They are people that I want to go back to in my life, and I don't even know if they're gonna accept me. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if that's gonna be something that they forgive. I'm gonna understand. But at the time, I couldn't see outside of the pain and stress and trauma that I was going through to see how they were how they were putting a positive friendship in my life, how they were putting positive words. And sometimes because people say things that we don't want to hear, we automatically say those are negative and you don't want what's best for me. And now there's a difference between not hearing someone because of the trauma that you're going through and someone saying something that's actually hindering your future. You get what I'm saying? And over time, you can distinguish between the two. Are they saying something because they know who I am and understand, okay, this is what he's going through, but I still know who he is. So therefore, I'm not trying to hurt you with my words, but I'm saying I see more in you than you're seeing in yourself right now. And you need to get out of this pain and trauma that you're going through to see the best version of yourself. And sometimes I feel like I let go of friendships like that because I felt like I was in it, as in, you don't see what I'm going through. Why would you say that to me? Why would you even bring that up? Why do you keep bringing up the trauma? Why do you keep bringing up these things? Because I wasn't taking accountability for the stuff that I was going through, for the things, the pain, the trauma that I was putting myself through. I wasn't letting it go, and I wasn't taking accountability. So therefore, it was hard for me to see things from another perspective. And sometimes that's why I made a discussion video where it was like, you got to let go sometimes. You got to let it go. Let it go of that trauma. Let go of that pain. Let go of everything that you went through in your past so you can forgive yourself and forgive these people that might not have even hindered your future, hindered you moving forward. You get what I'm saying? So sometimes we put false allegations on people because we were blind to our reality, because we were so in tune with the trauma and pain that we were going through. Our our lens and perspective on the world was foggy. So what we thought was clear was actually pain, and what was actually foggy was actually the road that we needed to go on. So growth is a very, very important step that you need to take in your life. And growth is never going to stop. As we grow physically, because we're always going to grow. Every year we get older, right? Every year, every day, we should be growing our mind, right? Our mind, it should never stop growing. Don't ever get to a point where you feel like, oh, okay, well, I got it all figured out. No, you don't. No, you don't. You might have more figured out now than you had in your past, which is amazing. But don't think you got everything figured out, because it's always more to learn. It's always more knowledge, more wisdom to take in. And again, for those people that lost great friendships, that lost great people, if you want to rekindle those, rekindle those. Life is too short to hold grudges, to hold pain, and to hold trauma that maybe wasn't even trauma over people's head, including yourself, because you went through it. We all go through it. You know what I'm saying? I look at people every day, and it's like you can never judge a book by its cover, because you'll see people and never know the pain they go through until they start opening up and be like, wow, I would have never guessed that you've gone through that. I would have never I would have never guessed you had to experience that. You start to feel sympathy. But if you didn't know that, you're judging based off of what you see, and what you see is, oh, they got it all figured out, or they're happy, or they're doing this. But everybody's experiencing something in their personal life that they need to grow. They need to grow. So don't stop somebody from watering their life, right? Don't stop somebody from watering their plant, and their plant is their life. So don't stop somebody from watering themselves because you don't see their growth. It takes time to grow. When you water a plant, you don't just water it one time and expect it to grow. Just because you plant a seed, you don't expect it to see the growth right away, right? You go out there, you water it, you nurture it, you make sure it gets the sunlight it needs. You watch it grow. You take care of that plant. So take care of your life. Take care of your soul. Water your life. Pour into yourself. Pour into your growth. Learn from your mistakes. So next time you plant a seed, you understand how you want it to grow. Where's the right spot? Where is it? What do I need to plant so it can hit the right spot in the sun, so it can grow correctly and grow to its max potential. We got to stop holding ourselves back. And we gotta forgive. We have to forgive ourselves and the things that we went through. We gotta forgive people. And sometimes, like I just said, we're time doesn't stop. And we gotta stop wasting time holding stuff over people's head. And understand, like, man, you know what, man? That was a long time ago. I grew, you grew. Let's see if we can rekindle this relationship. And sometimes you're gonna get rejection. Some people are not gonna want to rekindle those relationships. Some people moved on with their life. Sometimes you're gonna get rejected from jobs. You're gonna think, oh man, I am great in this job. I have so much. My accolades are here. My credentials show this. My resume is great. I have done this. I've done this. I've done this, and they still reject you. You said, man, I was better than everybody that was here. But sometimes don't look at rejection as a no. Just look at it as I need to move on to it. It's another opportunity for me. This wasn't just for me. I know that I have the potential. I know I'm great to do this, but just because I was rejected here doesn't mean I'm going to be rejected in all these other areas of my life. Just because I lost this friendship doesn't mean I can't regain another friendship. And I know everybody is who they are. And sometimes you will never find another person. Maybe what somebody gave to you as far as their mental, their heart, their love, you might not ever find somebody. But our job is to grow from that. So next time you get in a relationship, next time you get in a friendship, next time you have a job opportunity or any opportunity in life, when you jump on it, you max out the full potential of it. Because now you understand who you are. You can forgive now. You can see past the little things that are not gonna hinder you guys' relationship, but it's hindering something in the moment. But if you can just look past it, almost like when you just look past something that's in front of you, it's such beauty. It's so beautiful on the other side. The grass is greener on the other side if you want the grass to be greener on the other side, but that choice is up to you, right? So forgive yourself, forgive people. Time does not stop, and we have to stop wasting time with the pain and trauma that we go through. Smile. Remember when we were little kids and you didn't have no care in the world? The only rush to grow up was to get your independence. You just want to be able to do what you want when you do it. But you didn't never want to take that kid out of you because who doesn't want to just wake up and be happy? Let me go eat a popsicle. Let me go outside and play with my friends. Who doesn't like that freedom? We all grew up because we wanted independence. All right, come inside. Well, I don't want to come inside right now. All right, you got to be here by this time. All right, well, I want to stay out tonight. So everybody wants that independence, but you need to get that happiness that you had when you were a little kid back. So now we got to forgive the things that we went through. We got to forgive our parents. We got to forgive all these people in our life that were just doing the best they can to be the best versions of ourselves. Remember, some relationships will never come back. They will never be rekindled, and that's okay. And sometimes, man, I look people in their face and I told you I apologize for something I did 10 years ago. And I understand that we may not ever be friends again. But I want to apologize, and it's been on my heart for 10 years. I've been praying, and I understand that, again, we may not ever be friends again. You might not ever see me as the person that you saw me before 10 years ago. But I want you to know that I've grown and I apologize for what I did. And I apologize for ruining that friendship and that great friendship that we had. I'm sorry. And I apologize for ruining that great relationship that we had. The love that you poured into me, the potential that you saw in me, the love, the everything that you did for me. I apologize for ruining that. But I want you to know that I apologize. And that's it. And if they accept it, they don't accept it, they choose to hear me, it never reaches them. That's okay. But as long as I can forgive and grow to be able to give forgiveness, I know I'm becoming a better person. And I gotta live with the losses that I take along the process to get to my winnings, to get to my jackpot, to get to my growth, to get to the best version of myself. I have to be okay with the losses, and I have to learn from the losses so I don't continue to make those losses. I'm growing. I didn't say I'm at my best version, but I'm growing. And I will continue to grow. And don't you ever stop growing either. Remember, forgive and be the best version of yourself. This has been Topic of Discussion. Miles Berry, we out.